Hi, I'm Andrew Georgitsis. So, as we continue on our pursuit of this video series called UTD Under the Hood, let's take a look at the next one. The next one is Ethos. And like I said, if you haven't watched any of the others, I suggest you go back and at least start getting to know us. You know, Jeff and I, very, very important. Go take a look at our background and a little bit about our mission. And then that way it'll give you a little bit more insight into our ethos and where we're going. Now, again, if you go to our website, under this About Us tab, so About Us, right under this tab, right here, where it says UTD Ethos, okay? And again, you can take a look at our ethos and get to understand us a little bit more. But, you know, again, I'm not going to just go through those today. I'm not going to go, oh, yes, we'd read a little bit boring. I'm going to have a little one-on-one with you, talk about our ethos and what's this really about. And I think that one of the biggest, and I don't know if they're all perfect English words, but it doesn't really matter, but one of our biggest sort of overlaying words that we use within our ethos is consistency. Okay? This is something that's really, 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 really core to all of our message. All right? Is that no matter what, we don't deviate. It's consistent, 100%. From the first words that I tell you as an open water diver till the highest level, I'm 100% and insist on 100% consistency. And this is very, very important. It's core. And not just consistent in all the different levels of you'll go as a diver, whether it be consistent in your gas planning, or consistent in your skill, or consistent in your gear configuration, or consistency within your teammate who's next to you, or consistency when you're on a dive boat and you meet the other person diving and that person is UTD. You'll be consistent in your sign language and your underwater communication and your protocol and your gas management and your decompression management and all the other good fun stuff that makes UTD one consistent message in the community. You won't meet two UTD divers. If two UTD divers are on a boat and they don't know each other, have never met each other, maybe they don't even speak the same language. Okay, meaning you meet a Chinese fellow who's a diver and you're a UTD American diver, and you meet in the Philippines and you go for a dive together, you will be 100% consistent. No other agency can offer that and does offer that. And that's core to our ethos. And consistency even with, you know, different environments, different tools. You know, here you are learning your rebreather, and you're learning on your rebreather to clear your mask. Well, I teach you a technique where you can clear your mask, not even using your hands, doesn't matter. Because again, you might be riding a scooter and you might be having a light in your hand, so you want to be able to clear a flooded mask without use of hands. And you're able to do it without blowing any bubbles. Why no bubbles on a rebreather? Why don't you go to get rid of all the gas in the mask, right? To clear the water out of the mask. Why don't you do that on a rebreather? Because you don't want to destroy your loop volume and your loop PPO too. So you're able to ride a scooter, use a light, and clear your mask with no hands and no bubbles, no loss of gas. Well, guess what? I teach the same thing in open water. Why? Because you're not on your knees. You're not on your knees in the pool. You're not going... I can teach you to clear your mask, no bubbles, no hands, no nothing. The water comes out of your mask exactly using my technique while remaining neutrally buoyant. So when you get out of your open water class and you're now diving on a big, beautiful, fragile reef like you just saw behind me, you don't lose your buoyancy and slam into the reef. You actually learn how to do it, keeping your buoyancy and not wasting gas. Not just effortlessly blowing as much air as you can into the mask to clear it. It just takes 5 extra minutes to teach you this. Now, in the factory classes, they don't want to take it 5 minutes. When your instructor invests in you, they will take it 5 extra minutes and you'll be able to do this. And this is part of our ethos, this consistency. Okay? All throughout our protocols, the way we air share, exactly the same. So often what happens is I have to develop and invent equipment, okay, such as, let's say, the Z system, for example, where people say, what? It's so much easier to do independent doubles. And I'm like, well, first of all, independent doubles was something that, as a community, DIR, we were against when it was on your back. Why would we all of a sudden for it when it's on your side? So as a true DIR diver, your ethos is, we do not believe in independent doubles. For a lot of reasons, but I don't want to get them in this video. So how can you have side mount independent doubles? So if you just start doing that under the DIR umbrella, you basically are not being consistent. You're not living to the ethos that we have as Hogarthian, DIR, UTD, whatever you want to call it. But under UTD, we are consistent. We are 100% consistent. All right? I don't dive independent doubles. I always dive a primary long hose that I can donate. I always donate from what's my mouth. I don't donate from something. No, it's always from my mouth. Always. 100% consistency. So this becomes really, really core to our ethos. And so yes, if I have to introduce something that's, no more risk than, let's say, the low pressure swivel on your first stage, to be able to distribute the gas, just like you would on a first stage, distribute the gas to your BC, to your second, your backup, to your necklace, to your long hose. Well, that's all we're doing. We're just distributing the gas so that we can stay and live within our consistency ethos. We also 100% believe in scalability. Scalability means that the same gear can work from an open water dive and is scalable all the way up. Because I don't just go lobster diving on the 1st of October once a year when the lobster season opens. I dive caves, I dive wrecks, I dive tropical, I dive, under the ice, I dive, cold water, warm water, lobster diving, hunting, fishing, photography. I do all aspects of diving. And so my protocols, my mindset, my decompression, my equipment, everything needs to be scalable as well. So consistent is important. I don't save enough gas in my open water level. All right. I don't use one gas management way in open water and a different gas management way in rebreather. It's all consistent. Always have rock bottom, always save enough air for 2 divers or enough gas for 2 divers to reach the next blah, blah, blah. This is the ethos. Well, it's also scalable because I can use it in open water, I can use it in cold water, in warm water, in advanced class. I don't believe in reteaching you gas management because I didn't bother to teach you in open water. See the difference? That's our ethos. I take the time to teach you gas management in open water so that you can use the same consistent strategy when you are in your rebreather class. Sure, it's more gas because you want to go further, deeper exploration, but it's the same philosophy, same strategy, same everything consistent and scalable all the way up to that level. We also believe in interchangeability. There's no reason why you should have a specific skill, protocol, whatever, for a specific type of diving. So many times I've seen people out there like, I got a side mount light. Well, okay, what happens if you want to dive your rebreather? Does it not work? Nope, it only works for side mount. Well, that's very strange. For me, a light works during the day as a signaling device. Works at night, works if I'm on my scooter, works if I'm on my side mount, works if I'm on my rebreather, even works if I'm on Scuba teaching kids. It's the same light. I don't need a special light for a special purpose. Everything needs to be consistent, scalable, interchangeable. These are core to our ethos, core to our message. Whether it be a piece of equipment, which is the easiest to always focus on, is a light, right? But I want you to think beyond that. I want your mind to go, yeah, but it's also like that for their protocols, such as gas management, or their manner of air sharing. So it's just skills, their in-water skills, their entire diver has got the ethos. So that way, when I meet somebody who I've never spoken to on a boat, and hi, I'm Andrew, and oh, I'm, Juan. Hi, Juan, how's it going? Oh, yeah, no, I was trained by UTD. Oh, fantastic, me too. So let's just have a quick equipment check. And he goes, okay. And he goes, blah, 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 exactly the way you do it. Okay, great. Let's talk about rock bottom. Boom, done. Let's talk consistent. So when we dive, it's seamless. How many of you out there have met people on the boat who don't share the same ethos as you, who don't share the same philosophy, and you want to dive with them, and you're like, I'm just going to give that one wide berth because there's no way I'm going to be around that one in the water. They don't share the ethos. They don't share the passion. They don't share the safety. They don't share the ideology that you share. Well, this is what we do in our classes and so forth, is we share our ethos. So that way it makes your diving easier and safer and better. Because think about it. If you learn to air share where you're always donating from your mouth, okay? And now it's time to take your side mount class, and in the class they say, okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to separate the tanks, and you go, okay. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, well, 50% of the time you can donate from the mouth, and the other 50% of the time you'll be on your necklace, so then you have to donate from your shoulder, and then your necklace, and you do these gas switches the whole time, and all of a sudden what happens is your consistency that you've had for the last 30 years in my case, but from your open water class to your advanced class to your technical classes, but now you want to try a side mount, is all shattered. Well, think about how safe you are. So again, what we do in UTD is we instill the ethos in you that says, these are my beliefs. I want to be consistent. So that way, when I get myself into a pickle, and it happens to everybody, okay, that I am 100% consistent with not only my protocol, but with my teammates' protocol. I know what they're going to do. I know how we're going to react. I know how we're going to get out of the situation. Whether it be, a really sticky one or just a fun one, you know exactly where they're going to be. I mean, if you ever dove with somebody that you've dove a lot with, and they're always there on the left, they're always in good team position, and you always go, oh, there you are. It's a great way to dive, because now all of a sudden the rest of your brain can absorb and enjoy and have fun. You're not constantly looking for your teammate and where are they, and worried that they disappeared and swam off, and they haven't saved enough gas for you in their protocol, and they don't really do deco, and then the diving is a big catastrophe, and you're like, this just wasn't fun. Chasing teammates around looking for them because they don't stay with you is not fun. Diving in a consistent manner with somebody who has the same mindset as you is, and that's our ethos. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@unifiedteamdiving.com. And as always, safe diving.